Okay, so this is a PowerPoint design interface. This is the main interface. Now where we are before is the backstage view, but this is the main interface where things happen. Okay, so the obvious place you're going to see is this big white area. This big white area, this is actually our slide. So if you have more than one slide, so as you can see here, we have one here. This means slide 1. If we have another slide, it's going to be slide 2, slide 3, slide 4. So any of the slide that we move to, you're going to see it showing up here. So remember, on a slide, take the slide to be an area where you put in your write-ups. On a slide, you can draw your designs, you can add text, you can bring in image, you can bring in also videos, you can also bring in audios into your slide. So I want you to take it this way, that on every slide there is a design canvas. So this white area you are seeing here is the canvas. So from a canvas we can design anything. So anything you can think of, maybe design, you put in text, you design the text, you put in image, you do some little adjustment to the image, like resize it, or make it bigger, make it smaller, or you bring in video, you can also work on the video, or even you can even draw a shape and even work on it and even animate all these objects. You can do all this from this canvas. Now on this canvas that is showing up now, you can see that we already have these two boxes here. This box and this box is called the text box. So the first one is actually the title box and the second one is the subtitle. Anytime you create a new presentation, these two guys will always be there unless you change it. So but for now, these two guys, they are there. Okay, so the next obvious place I want you to notice also is the slide pane. The slide pane is on the left hand side. So the slide pane, that is what shows the thumbnails of the slide that is showing up here on the canvas. So first, let me do something. Let me create a new slide here so that you can see what is happening. To create a new slide on this slide pane, all you need to do is to click on this new slide here. If you click on new slide, then you can select from the 9 options that is shown to you here. You can select anyone. So let me intentionally select this content with caption. Okay, intentionally I'm doing that. So slide 2 is currently selected. If I need to move back to slide 1, just click on slide 1. So you are left clicking on slide 1, and then you see that slide 1 will be the one showing up on the canvas. So if I want slide 2 to show up on the canvas, all I need to do is to click on slide 2 and slide 2 will show up on the canvas. You see that? That's amazing. So remember, this is the slide pane. Slide pane shows a small preview of all the slides in your presentation. Okay, great. Now let's go further. So the next place we're going to be looking at is the title bar. The title bar is located at the top. So this is the title bar. It's located at the top like this. And the title bar is further broken down into several categories. The first obvious one is from here to here, and that is called quick access toolbar. So from here to here, that is where we have the quick access toolbar. So the quick access toolbar is simply used to show the shortcut of some of the commands that you can use most often. So like the first one we see here is the save command. We can use save command most of the time to save our presentation. We have the undo and the redo button here. Maybe you make mistake and you need to correct it. You can use the undo and the redo option. So we also have the start from the beginning. This mostly is useful if you're going to present yourself from the beginning. Maybe you want to do presentation and you want to view it on a slideshow. That's when you use this one. And then we also have the next one, which is the touch or mouse mode. So if you have a touchscreen laptop, this could be useful. If you click on this arrow, it's going to pop up like this. If you're going to be using only the mouse, you set it on mouse. If you're going to use your hand to touch it, maybe you're using a touchscreen laptop, you click on this touch. Okay, and now for this new, I actually added this, but if it's not there on your own, to add any of this icon, to add a new icon to this group, all you need to do is to click on customize quick access toolbar. So if you click on this, it's going to show all this. So all these commands that have a check mark to them simply means they are the ones showing up here. So anyone that does not have a check mark to it will not show up. So firstly, what I want to do, if I click on the one that already has check mark, that means that particular icon will be removed from the quick access toolbar. So let me click on it, and then you can see it is gone. Okay, so if I want to call it back, click on your customize quick access toolbar, then click on it back. So you can add as many as you have here, you can add to it, the group. Okay, this could be useful as a cool shortcut that could help you save time. Okay, so imagine if you need to save, you can quickly come here to save your document instead of going to file and save here, which is very long. Okay, so if you need to go out of this backstage view, you can click on this arrow to go back, or you click on your escape key on your computer keyboard. Okay, just show you that to know that save here is faster than the one from the backstage view. Okay, so the next one I want to show you from the title bar is this, the title of your presentation. So the title of your presentation is going to be here. So if you have saved your document, you're going to see the name here, but since you have not saved it, you might see it as presentation 1 or even presentation 2, presentation 3. You see it here. Okay, the next thing you also see is the search. For some of you, you might not really see this search around this middle. It could be around here. Okay, but for now, let's leave that. Okay, another thing you could also see, the author of this particular presentation is going to show up here. Then the next important place I want to show you is this icon here. So this icon is called ribbon display options. So if you click on it, I will show you what is going to show, so you notice it. Now look at this place. Now if I click on this guy and I select the first option, which is auto hide ribbon, that simply will hide these menus. Okay, just take this to be the tabs. It will hide the tabs, and the properties within those tabs is going to hide them. So let's quickly do that so you see it. So can you see that? It's hiding it. So it's hiding the ribbon now. So if you want to display the ribbon back, so click on this guy again, ribbon display option, and then it's going to show. This is the first one we click on that actually hide everything. It means it's not going to show automatically. But first, if you want it to show up, if you hover your mouse at the top like this and you click on it, it's going to show back. But when you move your mouse away and click inside of your canvas for an instant, it's going to take that ribbon away. But if you don't like that to happen, you want the ribbon to display all the time, you could come back here to this ribbon display option, click on it. If you want only the tab to show up, then you select the show tab. So if you click on show tab, only the tabs will be showing up. The property under the tab will not show up. So if you go back there to this ribbon display options and you click on show tabs and commands, so take the commands to be the properties under each tabs. So if you click on it, then you're going to see the ribbon in full showing up. That means if I click anywhere, the ribbon is not hiding, so it's still there in the view. Okay, this is amazing. Now the next place I want to show you is this, still in the title bar. We have the minimize button, we have the maximize to restore, and we have this close button. So minimize, if I click on it, now look at what happened. It's going to minimize this presentation into the task bar. So where do we have the task bar? The task bar is around here. So So if you hover your mouse on the taskbar, then it's going to show up like this. The presentation will be popping up like this. All you need to do is to now click on the presentation and it will show it back like this. Okay, great. The next one, this is the maximize stroke restore. If you need to resize your presentation, you can click on this first. If you click on it, now you can see it has resized your presentation to be smaller. So you can now further resize it. If you want to make it bigger, hover your mouse at the edge like this, just left click and drag to make it bigger, to make it smaller, like that. You can also drag from the corner. If you move your mouse to the corner, make sure it's showing 2 arrows. If it shows 2 arrows, just left click on it and drag. Okay, great. You're doing a good job. Well done. Okay, so another thing I want to show you, if you want to restore back to the full mode, you can click on this, or you can even double click here. Don't double click inside of the search, you double click here. So if you double click, now you can see that it's actually open to the full view. Okay, we're doing an amazing job. Well done. Okay, so quick one, we're going to the ribbons. So from the ribbons, we have the navigations first. The navigations, these navigations help us to move around different commands. So if we need to move to see different commands, so because different commands is actually groups into tabs. We have the file tab, home tab, insert tab, draw tab. So the first most important place that you will mostly spend your time is the home tab. So the file tab, that's the one that takes us to the backstage view. If you click on the file tab, it will take you to the backstage view like this. So if you want to go out of this backstage view, click on this arrow or use your escape key. Okay, so we have the home tab. From the home tab, we also have some commands. You can see the home tab is grouped into different groups. So we have the clipboard group, we have the slides, font, paragraph, drawing, and editing. So from the clipboard, that is where we can do things like copy, cut, paste, and all those stuffs. We can also, then from the slide group, we have where we can create a new slide from, or we can even change a slide layout. From there, we can reset things, we can add sections from there. Then if we need to change the handwriting of a particular text, or we want to make the text bigger, we can do it from here. Or we want to make the text bold, or even we want to change the handwriting, like we want to change it from small letter to big letter, like capital letter, we can do all from the font group. Then the next one, which is the paragraph group, we can create a bullet list or a numbered list from here, and we can also align our text from this paragraph group. And then from the drawing group, we can draw shapes from here, and we can also arrange things. We can also add some style, like some quick styles, and we can change the color of our fill. Like if you've drawn a shape and you want to change the color of the shape, you can do that by changing the shape fill, or you can change the shape outline, and you can also add some effects to it. Okay, great job. The last, under the home tab, we have the editing group. So from the editing group, we have the find. If you want to find something and replace it, then the replace will help us to replace that. The select, we need to select something. That is when we use this selection. Okay, so still under the ribbon, we also have the insert. From the insert tab, we can draw different things. You can draw shapes, you can create a table, you can even do a new slide also from here. You can bring in your picture from here. You can even bring in a whole lot of picture, like you having an album from here. Okay, you can bring in icons. These are icons from PowerPoint. You can also bring in 3D models. Just like you have some 3D designs, you can bring them into your PowerPoint using this 3D model. So if you're using PowerPoint with lower version, you might not see this there. Okay, then you can bring in smart art, you can bring in charts and all the likes like that, all the cool stuffs. You can bring in all those. You can add word art, and you can add date and time and all those stuffs like that. Okay, for now, let's not bother too much about those. Then we can have the draw, the design tab, transition, animations. All these are the navigations from our ribbon. So the next place, which is the last place we need to look at under this PowerPoint interface, we're going to look at the status bar. The status bar is located below like this. So this is the status bar. So from the status bar, the first thing you see, you're going to see the slide number. So the first number you see is the slide that is currently selected, and the second number is how many slides do we have in this presentation. So slide 2 is selected, and how many slides we have. Since we have 2 slides only in this slide, that's the reason why we are showing 2 here. Okay, the next one is for spell checking. If there is an error in the text that we have in our presentation, then this is telling us that, oh, this presentation, the language specified is in English. Okay, the next place we need to look at, coming to the right side, is the note. So if we need to take a few notes, maybe we want to write few notes. If I click on this note now you can see here, you can write a few notes that, okay, since I'm going to be presenting, you can put it there, oh, I want to write down some of the things I'll be discussing in my presentation. I quickly want to write some few down. So in case if I forget, I can quickly look at the notes to actually record that, oh, I need to say this in my presentation. So that is the usefulness of this note. So if you want to hide the notes, just click on it to hide it back. Then we also have the comment. So if you click on the comment, it's going to show up like this. And you can click on this new to add a new comment. Okay, remember, if you're working, let's say you're working in an organization where you have a big boss that you have to submit your design to. If after designing something and then you show this to your boss, and then your boss now is the one to comment on it, and they click on the comment and try to tell you that, oh, this shape that you have put here, remove this shape is not good in this position, put it in this particular position. This write-up that you put here, do it like this, use this write-up. So it means comment could help you to help you to know what to do. Okay, that is the usefulness of the comments there. So if you want to close the comment, you can click on this icon here to close it, or you can actually use this place, just left click on it again and it will close it. Okay, so the next place I want you to look at is the PowerPoint views. So from here to here is the view. That's the PowerPoint view. So the first one you're seeing now, that's the one selected right now, is called the normal view. So the normal view, that is the view that we design from. So anytime you're designing your presentation, you always ensure that it's on the normal view. So the next one is called the slide sorter. So if I click on the slide sorter now you can see our presentation. So it has made our presentation to be like this. So the slide sorter can be used to actually rearrange our slide. Maybe you need to move slide 2 to slide 1. So if you need to do that, just left click on the slide you want to move to another position and drag it, and that way you move it to another position. That is how to use the slide sorter. Then the next view is called the reading view. So if you click on the reading view now the work of this now is to actually put your presentation in the read mode, where you can only read the presentation that you have actually designed. So since we don't have any text that we've written so far, so we're not going to see anything right now. So but in our subsequent classes, I'm going to show you a full demonstration of how to use this presentation view. Okay, so if you need to go out of this, so is in reading mode now, so we can click on it all. So let's quickly go to the next one, which is the slideshow. But first, notice that when we're in the reading mode, we can see the task bar showing up. We can also see the top also showing up, like the minimize, maximize, and the close button is also showing up. But when I click on the slideshow view, it's going to hide all of these. That means we have distraction free. Okay, let's come back to our normal view. Okay, so the last place I want to explain to you, so this is the zoom. So the zoom is here, from here to this place. This is zoom. So the minus can be used to zoom out of our slide. So if you click on the zoom, it's going to zoom out. So the minus will zoom out, and the plus will zoom in into our canvas or into what you're designing. Okay, great. So let me zoom out first. If you want to zoom to a specific location, just click on that specific location on the line. Make sure it's on this line of the zoom. So click on it and it will zoom to that. Then this white icon here, when I place my mouse on it, it changed to this color, or like the red color. So you can click on it and drag. Also, you have to be a master of the mouse if you truly want to drag like this using this zoom slider. So left click on it and drag. You can zoom in. So the maximum is 400%. You can drag back. So you can also click here. If you click here, then this guy will show up. Now you can see we have feet. We have 400%, 200%. If you want to zoom to a specific location, you can use it. If you just want it to fit into the viewport, you can use the feet. Then if you have a percentage in mind, you can type the percentage here. Okay, so that's all you need to do. Amazing. So let's fit this now. After you click on fit, then you click on OK. Now you can see that it has fit now. Then notice what the percentage is showing right here is 86%. That is a fitting view. Okay, so great. You've done an amazing job so far. Well done. So we're going to be looking at how to actually build great things. So stick with me as we go through the next class. See you in the next class.